All right, what's up, world? We are working on a project, a cup for someone. It is a client of mine. I've made one for her wife, and I'm now making a cup for her because they both liked what I did for the first one. And, that shows a great quality in my work. And I hope people enjoy seeing these videos and how they come out. So we got this nice purple to iridescent cup. It's going to turn out really good, and we're going to show you what we have working with here. It's actually really cool. So let's go and take a look at that real quick. So we've got this design here. It is literally kind of like a Starry Night kind of vibe, just some mountain ranges here. We're in the Pacific Northwest. I was literally given free reign to do this design, and well, I wanted to make sure that, I incorporated some mountains. I had this idea of some mountain ranges on the bottom, some of the stars. I was going to do the stars a little bit differently, but then when I started playing with them, I was like, oh, this is turning out really good. But the one thing I wanted to make sure was we had some shooting stars in there and kind of like a galaxy kind of effect happening. And, well, it just turned out pretty well. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this. We're going to put that on this, and we're going to go from there. So let's go ahead and get that started. All right, so first things first, in case you don't know about how these cups work, you need a little screwdriver. You're going to take this little screwdriver. I'm dropping stuff here. You're going to take this little screwdriver, and you're going to literally, on the bottom here, you have two little screws. You take those, and you just take them off. It's super simple, super easy, and not overly complicated. So we're going to go ahead and get that going, and we're going to get this then set up onto the laser, and we're going to get the process started. All right, so now we have my Xtool machine. We're going to get it ready to get used for the cup. We want to make sure we get the gear here. We want to make sure it's lined up here. Now, ultimately, a lot of people will probably still have it put onto the plate to run whatever object they're running. That's completely fine. For me, however, I am literally running on the ground for the plate and the device, and that's because I got an extension that actually allows my rotary to tilt, so that way I can level it without having to actually add a spacer underneath to get it level, which is important. So let's go ahead and we're going to push this right here. And I always like to take I have a little ruler here. This little ruler. And I will line this up with this, and ultimately, because this is flat and square, I can know that if these are touching, then I am leveled at the right spots, and we should be good there. So now we need to take this, make sure to take the lid off, and you're going to take this and you're going to put it into this here. Then we take our nice little chuck, and we're going to go ahead and, wow, I am getting all up in that tripod business there. But we just tighten this up here. Get nice and snug, so that way it stays where it needs to. And that should be about it. Now, before we do anything else, we're going to see if it's level. It's a little unlevel by the looks of it. So we need to adjust a little bit. And this is where I said I have this nice little tool right here, so you can kind of see it. This is a plate down here, and on the plate there's a nice little angling tool that allows us to angle. As soon as I can get this on here. As you can see, now it's kind of free to level itself out. So what I need is I need it to be about right there. Then we're going to go ahead and tighten. Once it's done being tightened, there we go. Now it should be level. Now the final thing is, and you kind of can't see it, but there's the red and blue lights here. We need to line that up. It does have an auto adjustment level on the Xtool's XCS file system, program, whatever you want to call it. I am just blurting out words now. But we want to make sure these get lined up. And as we get lined up, we get to where we need to be. And we are there. Perfect. So let's jump back onto the computer and let's go from there and see what happens. So at this junction, I was planning on sharing my desktop recording and showing you how Xtool's XCS application worked, especially in regards to using it for the rotary and what settings I used for making this cup. Unfortunately, I had misrecorded the file and it got corrupted when I went to go grab it and start to mess with it. So ultimately, I can't show you that. I will be planning on making just some how-to videos on using XCS and how some of those programs will run. But ultimately, that's not this video at this time. So if you want to continue to watch and everything, I appreciate it. And you can see how the final cup turned out. It turned out really well, in my personal opinion. I think it was pretty fantastic. Let me know what you think.